All right, David, the ticket text we get to the people on a Lions Monday that, listen, a lot of you didn't believe. That's okay. But I did. And now I think Rico and I are totally aligned. I mean, all right, technically you're a 1-point dog to the Jets. I don't know if it's going to be that way later in the week. And I can't sit here and act like it's okay to lose to the Jets. It's not.
It's not.
And with
You
Carolina
made it this
and
far.
Green Bay and Chicago, why can't this team do it?
You
Why?
made it this far. You can't turn around and go back. Now,
I'm with you.
It's playoffs or nothing. Or if you win them all and you get left out of the playoffs, you know what? Not your fault. Yeah, you slipped up, but this is almost Wayne Fonts-like, where he would have these miraculous runs at the end of the season where they would win like 6 in a row to make the playoffs. That's what this feels like. This team is one of the hottest teams. Yeah, I don't think a lot of teams would like to play the Lions when it comes to the playoffs.
No.
Mike, what did you say the line was?
1?
For
Jets -1.5 is what I saw this morning.
it's been changed.
What is it?
It is now -1 Lions on FanDuel.
Cross the bridge.
It's crossed the bridge.
Let's go. Winning.
It crossed the bridge.
Come on, man.
Wow.
Now, do you wait to see who the quarterback is to see if it swings back?
Honestly, the only quarterback I care that it is would be Mike White. Zach Wilson blows and Flacco's a corpse. So Mike White can actually spin it. And they play hard for him, man. But I don't know how he returned to that game. It's the best way I can put it. Look, the bottom line is you could be favored last 4 games of the year. Mm-hmm. Now, it'll take some things happening, but it just at this point, it doesn't matter. You've gone out and you've either already beaten the teams you have to beat again, or you've beaten teams of an ability level that are flat out better than the teams you have to beat.
Yeah.
You've done that.
I just want to know if the people are ready to go 4-0 for the next 4 games. Losses, unheard of. Don't want to hear it. Got to win. Next 4.
David,
let's go.
take a text.
I'm 33 years old, and I have never felt comfortable about the Lions down the stretch till now. If they don't make the playoff this year, I can never trust them again. Never. From Justin.
That's okay.
Wow, Justin.
I'll leave it.
Strong.
I'll leave it alone.
Here's why they're scary. The Lions believe in themselves at 1-6. Now they have the confidence to support it while the rest of the league is faltering. They're getting healthier, stronger, and getting more talent on the field. That's from Antoine in Detroit. They're going to go 8-9, and that's a better year than I thought, and we should be a playoff team next year. So he doesn't believe playoffs this year.
Don't wait for next year. Next year's not promised. Momentum does not carry from season to season, but you have it right now. So go out, win 4 games, get that 10 wins, and then see what happens. Mike will lead you into the playoffs. He has promised you, Detroit.
That's
you're going to the playoffs.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I'd be disappointed at 8 wins right now. 9 I could live with. But like 8? No way. Splitting the next 4? No way. Not acceptable. They have a shot to do something really special. And you know what? Long term, guys, I understand they are not winning playoff games. They're not going to win the Super Bowl. But you know what? You want to talk about cementing a culture? You want to talk about catapulting next year to where people are talking about, are you ready for this? People will talk about you as the team that could be favored to win the North.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
So why don't we just live in the moment now?
And you're right here if you make the playoffs.
And do it.
And just think of the young players playing in that first playoff game. And you know what? They may get decimated in the game, but we got there. And now we got a taste of it, and we want to go back. We want to improve ourselves. We want to do better the next go-around next year. You're here. No excuses. 4-0. Finish this thing out.
Yeah, someone says if the Detroit goes 4-0 to finish the year, this city will burn to the ground. Wow. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. If they win on Sunday, that Kool-Aid is going to be sold out. And here's where I am. I'm reading this ticket text. This is exactly where I am. Scott Mitchell and the Lions won 7 straight games and had number 1 offense in the league heading into the playoffs. They were favored on the road in Philly and got molly-whopped. Still can't get past our history, Eric and Roy Lowe.
Well, then don't watch the team. You know how tired I am of listening to this?
That was the Lomas guarantee game.
Correct.
He guaranteed a victory.
Something that happened 30 years ago, guys. What do you want? What do you want to do?
Mike, you can't be angry because this is all they have. This is their history. This is all they have.
For me, that's the base of what I had as a Lions fan.
That's
that
why
started my Lions fandom.
David, that's why a long time ago I'm like, you know what? the true way that you get rid of SOL, you just win a playoff game. And people are like, that's not fair. Because you know what? Because now younger people can say, I saw it happen. But when it's been 30-some years since the last time you saw something like that, you don't believe. It's very difficult. That's why we have this man over here with the staff leading us to the promised land.
I'll take it.
I guess I'll play the role of Aaron.
I don't. Again, that will require a Google search. We go to DJ in Detroit. What's up, DJ?
What up, dog, my dog?
How
y'all
are you,
doing, man?
DJ?
Welcome in.
Hey, I am great because I have a football team to be proud of, guys. And the reason why I'm proud of these guys, the Lions have done something, man, that I have been yearning and begging for my entire life as a Lions fan. They have finally figured out, get a dominant offensive line, and you're going to win. And I can honestly say that this is the best offensive line in the history of this organization. All respect to my dog, Lomas. They're better. They're good. And they're winning these games because Goff has all day to throw. They have an ability to, when we need to run the ball and get yards, we can do it. And I'm just proud of them, man. And also, Mike, one thing before I let you go.
Yes, sir.
I'm happy for DJ Shark, too, man, because DJ Shark was getting a bad rap because he couldn't stay healthy. But he's showing that we really need to probably try to re-sign him as something reasonable and keep that deep threat along with James Williams.
Well, I think, all right, DJ, what I'll tell you is, as Jamison Williams kind of comes on, DJ Chark can fade away. The guy you really need to care about is Reynolds. Nobody wants to hear it, but that's Goff's guy. Like you always hear, Peyton Thorne, Jaden Reed is his guy. There's a relationship. If you have a trio of Amon-Ra, J-Mo, and Reynolds, there's really no room for DJ Chark, who needs to be paid, needs a free agent deal. But in the here and now, you have all four. DJ, I'm telling you, you saw them just bring J-Mo out of the coffin last week. Now this week they get his feet wet a little bit. I'm telling you, the breakout's coming. You are sitting on a 7-catch, 118-yard touchdown breakout game here in the next couple weeks.
2 touchdowns?
I'm not going there.
Come on, Moses.
Hey, Mike, I got a question for Rico real quick before we go. Rico, am I being too far out there with saying that after this season, we need to break the bank to persuade Ben Johnson to stay here and keep this thing rolling? Like, I feel we can't get him to leave. We got to break the bank. Do you think I'm wrong for feeling like that to keep him?
To break the bank? I mean, you definitely want to keep him. You definitely want to take care of him. DJ, I don't know if you want to break the bank as of yet. Give it another year. Let's see what happens. But, yeah, you want to make sure that he's happy.
I got news for you.
You want to make sure he ain't looking around. But if it's actually a badge of honor if other teams want to come and take your coordinator.
I'll worry about it when I get there, DJ.
Look, if next year we got to have a brand new offensive and defensive coordinator, it means that the team was successful.
Yeah, if Ben Johnson, and I'm with Rico, I think real head coach interest would probably be a year away. But if you're having this type of offensive year next year, you better get comfortable with the uncomfortable. Yeah. Ben Johnson's going to be on a lot of people's short lists.
Yeah.
I mean, you see it with a guy like Kevin O'Connell who's coaching Minnesota. Young. It didn't take much. I mean, hell, maybe somebody wants Ben Johnson now. The point is, I don't worry about it because it's usually not about money. No. If someone offers you a head coaching job, it's one of 32 jobs in the world
I think right
to do
now,
that.
I think right now Ben Johnson has probably reached that college head coach. Like somebody may reach and say, hey, you want to come and coach in college, be the head coach. But by next year, yeah, he could easily get an NFL job.
We've seen it, guys, no disrespect. And Dan Campbell right now is on a hot streak. But Dan Campbell was hired with a much lighter resume than Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
So someone else could come calling. I just don't think it's about money. It's about everyone's dreams to be a head coach.
Yeah. I mean, if this continues next year, I think you could Aaron Glenn, the guy we all wanted gone. He could be gone, but he'll be worth a third-round pick.
Are people ready to believe us, finally, that Jared Goff's quarterback? Are people ready to believe us, Sparty Radio? Jared Goff's quarterback, guys. No, he's quarterback next year.
We're too busy bashing Aiden Hutchinson.
How?
I don't know.
Who said a negative thing?
Dude, don't even get me started.
What happened? No. I have gotten you started. What are you talking about?
Oh, apparently we bash Aiden Hutchinson all the time. It's
Yeah,
like,
that doesn't
you don't really listen.
Well,
so.
you know what?
Because
Neither do
neither-
certain
because
people
neither-
at this station, so I guess it doesn't matter, does it?
Neither one of us really wanted the Lions to pick him. So
Oh,
that's
no,
why.
I'm Team Thibodeau. I admit that. I don't have any issue with that.
And the funny thing is, the guys that I wanted actually went to the NFL and are doing things. So it's not like I picked some bum.
Well,
but,
Sauce is he's the rookie of the year.
I think him and Aiden are probably maybe the game next week will decide who gets Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Sauce has turned into arguably the best corner in football. I mean, Aiden's had a nice season, but, like, what are we doing?
I mean, he's like 7 sacks now.
Great. Aziz Ojolari had 8.5 last year. Nobody talks about him. I mean, like, it's not all about the sacks. How dumb are you know what? You're right. Don't get me started now.
See?
This is your fault.
Okay, Moses.
Handle it.
All right.